Okay. So I am ending Jeff's class, starting to substitute for Taqweem for 1 hour.
Okay.
I started the live stream. There was no live stream for Jeff's class. I believe that Jeff turned off the live stream for his class. And I'm doing the live stream. And this is my class. So, well, we've got 3 minutes left of Jeff's class. So I want to respect that. I don't think Jeff is coming to the class because Jeff ended the class in anger.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So it's a kind of odd time. I'm gonna, I'll take responsibility for that happening because I was challenging Jeff on what was going on, and I was yelling at Jeff, and he didn't like that, so he ended the class.
He suddenly closed the meeting.
Yes, and it's his class. So it's kind of a mistake on my part to, it's kind of a mistake, it's complicated. There's a few things going on. One, I was disrupting his class as the head teacher. Two, as the head teacher, I was giving him the host of the class, which is something I don't usually do. Usually I ask somebody from the board of directors to be the host of teachers' classes. Me or someone else is usually available to host teachers' classes. Even then, if a teacher wants to end their class early, that's up to them. I mean, that's it's their class. On the other hand, as head teacher, it's a problem. It's a problem. So as head teacher, I'm in conflict with one of the teachers. Am I handling it like I would like to handle it? Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Let's just say it's not perfect, but there are some things that I'm doing that I do want to do, which is I'd like to be here come hell or high water. So that's why I'm here. That's why I've reopened the class. And now my class is starting, so I feel I have a little bit more leeway.
That's true.
I was attending Jeff's class. I was attending Jeff's class. I'm just going to mute you, Liz, because there's a little bit of sound interference. I was attending Jeff's class and I was zoning out because I still feel in conflict with Nani, with Jeff, and with a lot of people in the group. The teacher's class might have ended. The teacher's meeting might have ended, but my role here has not ended, and the problem is still here. Nani has said that many people contacted her to say, come back, come back, come back. Well, I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I do feel like I'm in conflict with Nani still, even though she's in the group. Jeff is coming back. He's not able to get in. He might have a connection problem.
I think you already fixed the problem with Nanny. That's why Nanny joined.
Oh, well, I didn't, not at all. So Nani may have come back into the group, but no, there's an issue. There's an issue. I am still, there's an issue going on with Nani for me, a very serious issue. So no, it's not fixed. And for people, the students in the group, I don't know who's contacting Nani in private and saying, come back, come back, come back. That doesn't help me. That actually makes the problem worse, because they're kind of pushing me and Nani together, which is fine. But when Nani and I get together, we have a disagreement. And I want to bring in my disagreement at some point. So if I need to bring it into my classes, I'll bring it into my classes.
Do you have plan to fix it? May I ask that?
Do I have a plan to fix it? I'm not seeing a solution right now. I'm not seeing a solution.
Okay. It means you needed time to find out the solution?
Well, see, I was hoping that maybe Jeff could support me and Nani talking, but then it became a conflict between me and Jeff, and he dropped it. So,
But I believe that every cloud has a silver lining, right? You believe that, James?
Every cloud has a silver lining. The meaning of that is that you can see the good in the bad. I don't know. That kind of reminds me of what a lot of students were saying a few hours ago, which was that they would rather, what did they say? They would rather I pretend that everything is okay. A few people this morning, starting with Gunai, and also, I can't remember the names, but a number of people said they don't want, if there are problems, they don't want to know. They just want me to pretend everything is okay. And I said, no. So I kind of hear the same idea in this, every cloud has a silver lining. Like, the cloud is the bad thing, right? The cloud is the overcast, dark cloud that we don't want. And the silver lining is the sunlight around, reminding us, oh, there's sun. So maybe, Liz, you would like to focus on the good. And I'm saying, no, actually, I want to focus on the problem. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we need to focus with the problem and find out the solution in the same time, in my perspective.
You said we do need to, it is helpful to focus on the problem?
Yeah, we need to check the problem and find out where's the problem.
Great.
Find out the solution for that.
Yeah, so let's look at the problem that I had with Jeff. Jeff has been sending me private messages, and I've said 100 times, I don't want private messages from anybody in the group. Jeff has ignored me. And so I said to Jeff, but Jeff, you're ignoring my instructions. I'm asking you not to send private messages. And he challenged me. He said, when is the last time I sent a private message? So I said, I said 2 days ago. And then I became angry because and then he began to tell me why he doesn't want to send private messages. And so we have a disagreement. And I began to yell because I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up with people ignoring me, sending me private messages, even when I say don't. And I can't take it anymore. So I yelled at him. And then he said, "You're being disrespectful," and he ended the call. Well, this is not new. I've been talking to Jeff for months. For months, I've been saying, "Jeff, please don't send me private messages," right? So I've been calm for months, not yelling at Jeff for months and months and months. And so today, I couldn't take it anymore, and I yelled right at him. Do I want to yell? No. Am I glad that I held it in for a few months? Yeah, I'm glad that I was trying to work for months and months and months, saying, "Jeff, please don't send me private messages. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop." 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, please stop. And then I said, okay, let me try something different. Let me just scream in your face. Not happy about it, but yeah, I mean, I can understand why I would do that. There's some people in the group who left the group. They're still sending me private messages. I got a private message from Shifani today. I've been asking her for over a year to stop sending me private messages. She hasn't stopped. I get irritated. Huh?
It means you have a lot of private messages from member in this group. Even you told to them that
from everywhere. Yeah.
It's not like an obey, right?
Huh?
All respect.
It's a mistake.
Respect.
Oh, it's out of respect.
Because you ask to them politely, never send a private message, but they do the same thing, right? And
yeah, I mean, we have a disagreement. There's a disagreement. Some people want to do things in secret, in private, and I don't. I just don't want to do it in private.
And you must have a reason for do that also.
Well, I honestly, I don't think I need a reason. If somebody says, I want to have sex with you, and you say no, and they say, well, you must have a reason. Do you feel that you must give them a reason for not wanting to have sex with them? Or do you have the freedom to just say, no, my answer is just no, and that's good enough? I think you can just say no. You don't have to have a reason. You just don't want to. I just don't want to have private conversations with people.
And you have told to them.
Over and over, over and over and over and over and over and over.
But they are not listening.
Yeah, Moonmi sent me a private message yesterday. George, you want to know about private lessons? I don't do private lessons.
Maybe people think that they are close to you. That's why.
Yeah, people have all kinds of reasons for doing what they do. People always have reasons for what they do.
Commonly.
But do you see the connection? You know, somebody does what they want and they ignore what somebody else wants. We kind of, it's like our ability to work together is destroyed. I want to create a way to work together anyway, right? Like I don't want to put it on other people. I want to Like, what can I do to make it possible to work together, even if somebody disagrees with me? Sometimes. And then sometimes I think, oh, you know what? We can't work together. Jeff is a teacher, and I ask teachers to just let me know if they're coming to a teacher meeting, for example. Well, I didn't find out that Jeff was not coming to the teacher meeting. He didn't let me know. So I don't know what happened. So I said to him, well, you didn't come to the teacher meeting, so you don't know that for 2 hours, we're kind of talking about what's going on with Nani. And I said, as a teacher, do you know or care about what's going on in the group? Right? Jeff, do you know or care about what's going on in the group? I love that Jeff is a teacher in the group. And there's like a disconnect because the teachers are having like, there's a big, there's a lot of tension and chaos in the teachers group right now. Frida is leaving, Yasin is leaving, Mokhtar left, Rama is angry, Nani is, there's some things going on. Well, so I said to Jeff, Jeff, do you know what's going on? And he said, well, he doesn't know what's going on. Okay. That's it. It creates a difficulty. Maybe not an impossible difficulty, but it creates a difficulty for me as head teacher. And I brought it directly to him rather than doing it sideways, because I've been trying sideways and it doesn't work. It hasn't come in the text. Haven't heard anything from Jeff in Discord, and it hasn't come in through the teachers meeting. I haven't heard anything from Jeff in the teachers meeting. So I brought it directly to him in his classroom. And he, of course, freaked out and ran away. And I'll own that, right? So I did that. As head teacher, I've got to own that I did not find a way to bring it to the teachers and say, hey, there's some disconnection here, a disconnection problem.
It's about communication, right? One to another.
Well, yeah, Claudette was saying that it's about like culture, like Americans yell at each other. That might be true. I don't really think it's about American culture. I think we create our own culture in this group. It's a kind of world culture of mixed cultures and mixed expectations. And a lot of people are saying, hey, they don't want yelling. And I'm kind of like, okay, yelling for me is not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great. I don't really want to be yelling at each other. But on the other hand, I want us to talk one at a time. And Jeff was not talking one at a time. Jeff was talking over me. So no yelling, no talking one at a time. I'm at a loss. How do I come in? Where can I come in? I can't yell. I can't take turns with Jeff. I can't do it in text. I can't do it at the teacher meeting. Where can it happen? Where can our conversation happen? In private? No, that's my red line. I'm not going to let it happen in private. Too much trouble.
I got it.
Hello, this is Evelina from Russia. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I've been trying to follow all the stuff going on. As I am I'm not a teacher, I'm just a student. And I don't know whether you want to know my attitude or my opinion. So if
Elvira,
you want,
one
okay.
thing real quick, this is great. So actually, Elvira, I think you're a new teacher, and I'm trying to remember, have we scheduled your first class?
Oh, really?
Well, hold on. Maybe
No.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm confusing you with somebody else. We have a lot of people coming in and out. So hold on, let me
It
just
was
check.
Elena.
It was Elena?
Elena.
Elena? Really? Really?
Elena from Russia, maybe. Yeah, Elena.
Let me just check the new teachers channel.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, it's not me. Yeah.
Okay. Ah, yeah, it is Elena. Excuse me, I'm mixing you up with Elena. Elvira. So, okay, you're not a teacher. You're a student in the group, and you've been trying to follow what's going on, and you don't know what I want.
No, I was just maybe. Well, if you would like to hear my mind read, I don't know. Maybe maybe it's better to distribute all the responsibilities. Maybe it's too many responsibilities on you, James.
So,
Because you are the only. Okay.
I am, yeah. To the best of my ability, I'm going to make this class, this next 30 minutes, 45 minutes, about you, to the best of my ability. So, the question is, if you would like to bring in what you think, please do that.
Okay. So I was just observing all these problems going on in the group, and it's really sad to observe. So teachers are leaving. They are offended. They don't understand you, and in a way, you maybe don't understand them. But as I know, maybe the best management is distribution of responsibilities. So you are the only person. It's very hard to handle everything, all the text spaces, all the Zoom sessions, all the lessons. Well, why don't you just distribute responsibilities? Or maybe they're not willing to take responsibilities except you. Maybe that's the problem.
Elvira.
Yeah.
So you have two ideas, okay? One is you'd like me to distribute so you're saying, right? Very clear. You're sad about the things you're seeing. You feel it's tragic.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers are leaving. Teachers are upset with me. You think maybe they don't understand me. Maybe I don't understand them. There's a disconnection. And you have a solution. You have some suggestion. It's like, you know that I can't do everything. So you'd like me to distribute responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and so that's what you want. You want me to distribute responsibilities. Great. Then you move to a mind read of the teachers or of the group. Your mind read is people don't want to do anything. So here's a fork. Here's your choice that I see. One would be to just explore what you want, the group that you want, what you want from me. I'm here. You could tell me what you want from me. That's one thing you could do. The other thing you could do is check your mind read. I don't know. There's no teachers here. But you can even talk about your mind read, which of students, for example, because it might even relate to Amira. Amira had the same problem. Amira wanted somebody to take over the student meeting. And Amira thought, oh, but nobody's doing that. So you could ask people, is it true that people here don't want to take up responsibility? So what do you feel like doing, Elvira? Do you want to explore what you want? Or do you want to check with people about what you think that they don't want to do work?
Maybe check with people first.
All right. So you're going to ask the group, say, I think people here don't want to do work. Is that true?
Yeah. So what? Hi guys. So what do you think? What's the root of the problem? So are the people not willing to take responsibilities, or are they just trying to blame James in everything?
Elvira, you're changing it a little bit and you'll get a very different result with that. See, you're actually, now you're asking everybody to have the same mind read as you. but that's not what I'm suggesting you do.
Oh,
I'm asking you to actually check with them and forget about the blaming for a second. That's
mhm.
so Iku, come in. Iku in the chat says, come on, James, you're not a good leader. Iku, could you come into voice rather
Yes.
than, yeah, great. So you'd have something you'd like to say. Now, can you wait until Elvira is done, or do you need to bring in your disagreement right now?
I can absolutely wait until, Elvira finishes.
Great.
Yes.
So Elvira, check your mind read. You have a mind read of the group, which is that people here don't want to do work. Ask them if it's true and give them a chance to answer.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to ask. So, because it would be more simple, like I'm not just trying to simplify, like people, you don't like to work, you don't like to have work. No, it's not like this. So I was wondering about people who are not willing to take responsibilities. That's not exactly
who is not willing to take responsibility, Elvira?
Teachers, maybe teachers, or
what teacher? What teacher? What teacher or what board of director member is not willing to take responsibility? Not willing to work?
I don't have an answer, but
Okay.
I'm just suggesting an idea.
Yeah, so you're not sure who you would like to do work. It's just general. You're saying maybe there's teachers that don't want to do something. Maybe board doesn't want to do something. It might be hard. It might be hard because there's a lot of teachers. There's a lot of board members. It's a little bit vague, but okay. So let's just accept that. That's not a question, right? That's your impression or your open question.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you would yeah.
Another just a little. And maybe you wouldn't like to distribute responsibilities. So
well, now
now
you have a mind read of me. So ask me if that's true.
Yeah, is that true that you're willing to control everything and you're afraid maybe to distribute responsibilities?
No, I would love to distribute responsibility.
Okay.
Now, do you believe me?
I wish I believed.
You don't. You wish you don't believe me.
In a way.
Or do you?
In a way, I don't believe you.
Kind of in a way. How if 100% is you totally believe me, what percent do you believe me? 100, 90, 80, 50%, 10%? What percent do you believe me?
50-50.
50-50. You're on the fence. You're not sure. Okay. So you have a choice. Do you want to explore believing me or not believing me? You have both inside of you.
I'd like to explore not believing you, maybe.
Great. So you don't believe me. How does it feel to be in my group, in a group with somebody who you don't believe? They're telling you, I want to do this, and you're saying, no, you don't want to do this. How does it feel?
Confused.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel towards me? You don't believe me. Do you feel closer to me, further away, or about the same?
I don't quite well, what can I say?
Elvira, just look at my face. Just look at my face and see. Do you feel closer to me? Do you feel more distant, further away, or about the same?
Well, actually, it depends. So you're changing. You're changing. You are so different.
It doesn't depend.
It
doesn't depend. I'm asking you just right now to check how you feel towards me. After you checked with me, you asked me a question. You said, is it true that you don't want to give away responsibility. And I told you, I gave you an answer. I said, it's not true. I do want to give away responsibility. And you said, partially believe you, partially don't, but you want to look at that part that doesn't believe me. So we're looking at the part that doesn't believe me. And I'm saying, how do you feel not believing me? You said confused. And then how do you feel towards me? You're leaving to it depends, but you can just
do you need a reason, my reasons of not believing you?
No, I don't need your reasons. I not at all. No, this is not about your reasons. This is just about your checking with reality. I mean, I'm telling you something, right? And you can believe me or not.
Actually, I tend to believe people.
People, I'm not people, I'm James, and you're in a very specific situation with me, a specific person. So whatever it is, even if you tend not to believe people, even if you tend to believe people in general, that's not the experience you're having with me. You're having a different, an unusual experience with me.
The point is that previously I was believing everything which was going on and was speaking here in the group, but during sessions this question popped out. So do you believe him? Do you believe? That's why I got the idea that sometimes people can say things they don't think, or I don't know. So why is this question popped out? So do you believe? So so do you always say what you think, or you sometimes don't say things that you think? So do you always express your opinion, or sometimes you don't?
Elvira, who are you asking? Are you asking me personally what I do?
Yeah.
Well, this is not about me, actually. As hard as surprising and as hard as it might be to believe that, this is not about me. It's about me in a little bit. I can't help it, but I come into the group. But this is really about you and the group and what it wants to do and the kind of group it wants to create, and whether you want to. What did you say? You said whether people are always truthful or not. Elvira, I want to just slow down just a little bit. I see Galaxy JX is saying slow down. I don't know if that's intentional, but I agree, whether it's intentional or not. Let's slow down a little bit. Would you agree to that?
Okay, why not?
Do you hear in your voice? It happens in me too, right? I was yelling at Jeff an hour ago. It happens for me too. But do you hear in your voice the tension? Because I hear it.
Maybe.
Okay. Now, Iku wanted to say something. Would you like to hear from Iku now? You could come in again. Would you like to keep? Yeah?
Why not?
Let's hear from Iku. Now, Iku, what I'd like you to do is, if you can you say what you heard from Elvira? You there, Iku? No? So Liz and Amans are on video, but we've got Emma, Iku, Uzma, George, Amira, Elvira, Rania, Nargiz, and Murad. Hi.
Hi, James. I just heard my name while I just joined you now.
I was just saying that you're here.
I see.
Let me recap what just happened with Elvira. Elvira is wondering, what is the problem? Is there a problem because I don't want to give responsibility to teachers and to the board of directors, that I would like to control everything myself? Or is it that people don't want to take on responsibility, that the board doesn't want to take up work, or teachers don't want to take up work? And I said, we don't have any board members or teachers here, except for me. So you can't ask them directly. But you can ask me. You can ask me what I want to do. You could say, James, do you want to give away power and responsibility and authority, or do you want to keep it for yourself? So Elvira did that. She asked me, she said, do you want to do that? And I said, yes. And Elvira said, you know what, I'm not sure I believe you. Which is fine, right? Because we all, that's, you know, that's what we do. We kind of interpret the world and see, oh, do I believe this or do I not believe this? All the time we're doing that. If you don't believe what I say, and if you don't trust me, it will be difficult for us to work together. We don't have to work together. You don't have to trust what I say. It's totally up to you. You can be here and not trust me and not believe me, and we can look at that together. We can say, oh, okay, you don't believe me. And that's what I said to Elvira. I said, okay, well, what's it like? What's the experience like of not believing somebody? How does it feel in general? How do you feel towards the person who you don't believe? You can check. Is it a pleasant experience? Is it unpleasant, comfortable, uncomfortable? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Right? You can look at your experience. I have no interest in convincing people of what I say. That's not interesting to me. What I am interested in is hearing about your experiences, about anything, with me, with the group, with teachers, as a student. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm here for.
This is Murad.
Murad.
So I'm gonna try to do a summary for what you were talking about.
Just
So
the
you
main
said that-
idea, really quick. It doesn't have to be the details. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So you actually memorized the whole discussion over responsibilities, so that some teachers doesn't want to cooperate with you, and some of them actually doesn't need to take responsibilities. So based on in these facts that you came with, right now, am I right first?
No, that's not what I was saying. I'm very surprised that you think that. No, I wasn't talking about the teachers. I was talking about Elvira being here, checking something with us.
So your speech was to Elvira. I thought that you were talking about the teachers who decided today to resign.
No, no, I wasn't. No.
So I got you mistakenly.
Yeah, so let me help you, okay? Let me work with you.
Yes, please.
I'm saying that to work with anybody, with me or with anybody, it's kind of like a prerequisite. It's necessary to have some trust. And we can talk about if we trust each other or not here. We can see, can we work together or not? Do you believe me if I say something? Or do you not believe me? We can talk about that. You don't have to trust me. Can you get that, Murad?
Yes, I got it. Actually, you were saying that any relation should be built on trust and having that mutual trust between the individuals, so that they can, starting from that point, that can do a progress in what they are doing.
Yeah.
Whether within the class or outside.
Good enough, Murad. Over to you.
So honestly, I was curious, last session, to do my comment, to interact, to what just happened between you guys, and I mean the board of directors or the teachers. I don't know, honestly, this class means a lot to me, and yes, sometimes I'm not joining your classes in daily basis, but definitely that doesn't mean that I don't have that sort of respect and realizing the importance of having this channel, which is James Green class, that at any time, under any circumstances, I can join, to get my personal need or benefit for improving myself in English, and finding a place where I can talk to people. So I think it's my responsibility to at least to say my opinion over the issues that was running between the members or the teachers. So some teachers were talking about that they didn't feel that they are respected, or they are not appreciated from the management, and explicitly they told that after like long time, or experiencing the what are they call, the way of approaching to them wasn't appropriate, or they felt that in some point they were disrespected. So I don't think it's all about responsibilities and taking it as a job or as a rule. Sometimes we should take ourselves out of the think of working, or the thing or the conception of work, to be more human, and to start thinking over emotions, over the way that we should rectify how we are treating others. So some people actually, they were talking about this point, and so far I didn't see you, James, talking about this issue, the issue of some, when it comes to approaching to others. Some of them were saying that you are sometimes a little bit aggressive when it comes to dealing with them.
Murad,
I know exactly. Yeah, go ahead.
How about you? Am I aggressive to you?
Well, honestly, if I will say no, then I will lie on you. Sometimes I feel that there is some sort of aggressiveness.
I am.
Again.
I am. So how do you feel when I'm aggressive towards you?
Well, honestly, if I'm gonna analyze your personality,
No, I'm not.
I will see someone.
No, Murad. I'm not asking you to analyze my personality. Thank you for saying it so clearly.
Yeah, I'm trying to be frank with you, honestly, because if I'm gonna say something else, then I won't give you the truth, or my my right opinion about everything here.
Murad, okay, if you're going to go into an analysis of my personality, it's not going to be helpful, I think, but I'm not going to stop you.
Well, I just want to say that we have to check ourselves as well, not to blame others, because in that particular point, I think.
So can you do that? Can you check yourself now and see what's going on? You'd like people to check themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So if you were to check with yourself right now, what do you find?
Well, I'm gonna find honesty. I'm gonna find someone who care.
Not you are finding honesty. You're being honest and you care. That's what you are finding, not what you're going to find.
Yes, this is actually what I'm feeling now.
That's very clear.
And I'm not saying that, to upset you or to upset anybody here. Just trying, to build something so that we can move forward
Mhm.
because one of my fears actually is to wake up one day and not seeing this channel, exist anymore. Because at the end of the day, it's built on members and who successfully, were beside you during the hardship or the good days. So we still need those people, and rather than pushing them away,
Who do you need?
well, let's just say, do you want me to give you some names? To mention
Yes.
some names? I don't know what's happened later, but for example, I heard Yasin resigning, Rahma, Nani, she was quitting for a while. I don't know what's wrong with Mukhtar. Maybe he did a mistake, according to what you have mentioned.
Murad.
But those three members, I believe, they were one of the active members in this group. So they deserve to be more, I don't know. I'm trying to find the proper word, describe their situation. Because I think they are so obedient and polite, and they doesn't deserve, to be treated, like roughly.
You done?
Yeah. Yeah. So far, I'm done.
Say anyone else.
Actually, I want you to Okay. Anyone else?
You want something from me?
Yes. I
What
want
would-
to hear your feedback.
You want my feedback?
Yes, I would love to hear it. Because really, just to add one quick point, I
No,
really admire what you are doing. Really. And I swear to God,
no,
you're so passionate with what you are doing. And I know how much you care
No.
about this organization. And we need to work together. And
no.
not Murad only, as a small member in this beautiful organization, so that
Murad, stop.
we can develop.
Murad, stop.
I'm gonna stop here. Okay.
Stop. Just stop. Don't gonna stop. Stop immediately. So, if you notice how many times I said no and stop, maybe 15 times, but you didn't stop and you didn't take in my no. So, you don't want my feedback. I want you to notice that. You actually have no interest in my feedback.
No,
So-
I'm not.
No, you're
I
not
need
what?
to-
What?
I need to hear from you, really.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. You're right. There's no space for me here, right? If I even just to say no, there's no space for me to say no. Forget about like what I think. There's no space for me to even say no here practically. So there's no room for my feedback here. And that's fine. You don't need my feedback. I don't want to force it on anybody. Say anybody else, Murad?
Well, I'm gonna say it if you will want me to say it, but still I need to hear from you.
No,
But anyone
no.
else?
No. I'm not gonna allow that. It's not about what I want. I don't know if anybody sees that. Did other people see that Murad is not interested in my feedback? That even if I say no, stop, no, he just bulldozes past me.
I'd
Where?
like to summarize.
Go ahead, Nuggies. You want to summarize Murad?
Both of you.
Okay, go for it.
Murad, you were trying to say the reason that you see why people are leaving, and you wanted to hear some feedback from James. You said that you wanted to hear. And well, James, you felt that you were not
Nargiz,
listened to.
You can't do us both at the same time. One at a time. If you're
Okay, check.
summarizing Murad, finish summarizing Murad and check with Murad.
Okay. So again, Murad, you you were saying your reasons, the reasons that you have observed, why it all happened, why people are leaving. You thought that those people leaving were active members and they didn't deserve to be treated so roughly. And you also wanted to hear James' feedback about it. Did I get you?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. James, you felt that Murad didn't actually didn't actually need your feedback because he was not listening when you were trying to give the answer, even if negative. He was not listening to you.
Yeah, that's right. He was interrupting me for a full minute as I was trying to give him some feedback.
Yes. Now I'd like to join Murad first. And I do think that James' way of speaking to people, especially when he's angry or when he doesn't get what he wants, or from members to do, to listen to him, to not ignore, and to follow his lead. And when he gets angry with it, the way he's speaking to people is can be offensive and rough enough, and well, not everyone can accept, can take in those curse words, and it is natural for me that people are leaving, unfortunately. Yes, and I've been observing James for a couple of months now, and I do agree with you. I like the work he's doing, Murad, and I can also understand. Well, we are not the same, right? We're not the same, and he's quite different with his expectations, the way of leading the group. So when actually members are following his lead, he's okay. He doesn't get quite angry. But when there are misunderstandings, as it was with Muhtar and Nani, for instance, so many times, and for with myself several times as well, I could only see that after calming down and reconsidering what happened. But because when you have strong feelings, it's not that easy to see what's happening actually. So I can understand those members who get angry and act on their strong feelings. But yes, but there is not policy, maybe something that James wants from the members to explore their feelings with words and before acting on them, because it gives us time to calm down, maybe to think a little bit more on what has happened and what is the reason of James' anger. I wish that those members explored and maybe they were a little bit more patient, and James as well. But we are different and we cannot change anyone. So either we should get used to each other, or there's not no any other way but leave. Yeah.
Surprises
else?
and learnings. Surprises and learnings. We've got 8.5 minutes for surprises and learnings. And I would encourage people who have not spoken at all to bring the sound subgroup into surprises and learnings. And I don't know, maybe end with a summary of Nargiz before moving into surprise and learnings. Would you like a summary, Nargiz?
Of course, if possible.
Yeah. So if anybody would like to bring in a summary of Nargiz first, and then we'll go to surprises learnings.
Okay, may I try? So I'm not good at summarizing, but I need to. Oh, I should learn how to do it. So Nargis, you were saying that you've been observing James and the work in his group for some months, and you you said that you find it very efficient, but sometimes and when people are disobedient and when they are not following the rules, that gets on James' nerves. That's why sometimes he's mad, he's angry, but it's natural. And but because we're different, some people can express their emotions, some people can bottle the emotions inside. And the point is to find one way to act, to cooperate, in spite of the fact that we're different. So am I right, Nargis?
Yes, a little close enough. Thank you.
Okay. So, surprising learnings. I understand that it's not only about English. Yes, it's not English. So it's a lot of work on ourselves with how to be a better versions of ourselves. So that's why sometimes it's very hard to people to change themselves, and that's surprising, or a move on, or how do you call it? And people
Sounds like a discovery. Sounds like a discovery. That it's not just that being in a group with other people learning together works well, not just when you learn English, that English is not enough to get along with people, but there's something in addition to learning English necessary to get along with each other.
Exactly.
Discovery. Yeah.
How to manage groups, how to work in a group, how to it's very useful for me, because I teach one-to-one, but I was afraid to teach online groups. That may be very come in handy. How to manage groups.
Other surprises learnings.
Yes, James, this is Vanya. Well, James, first I want to talk about dissatisfied. As I always say, I'm dissatisfied. So we have been discussing the same issue for more than 3 days now.
Hard to hear you, Rania. Hard to hear you. You said
okay.
Dissatisfied or satisfied?
Dissatisfied. Because we still have the same issue after 3 days of discussion and still no solution. And actually, I started to get bored, and I'm thinking of leaving this group.
Me too. Me too. I'm thinking of no, really. I'm thinking of leaving this group too. I hate being in this group when nobody wants to listen to me. Why should I be here? Right? Murad is saying, James, I love you, but I don't want to listen to you. Okay, well, stay by yourself. And yeah, I'm thinking of leaving too.
Yeah, it's a big issue.
Don't you ever do that.
Yeah, yeah, James, you have to face your
What?
problems.
No,
okay?
seriously. And this is what Mukhtar said. Mukhtar was the board of director, and he said, I'm leaving. And I said, you know what? I also want to leave. I just want to just disappear. Go and just throw it all in the garbage and disappear. And Mukhtar said, no, you can't. I can leave. You can't. So is that what you're saying to me, Rania? Is that what you're saying? That you can leave, but I can't? Well, I'll tell you something. That's not true. I can leave too.
That's
Yeah?
not fair.
But you are the owner, James. How could you leave?
I don't know. So what does that have to do with anything?
But
Right?
you're just gonna leave it?
So I'm a human too, right? You if you leave, why can't I leave?
Mhm. You are right. You know, you have the right. You can leave.
No,
also.
really.
Yeah.
No one
It's
asks you to
okay.
leave, but James.
No, I know nobody asked me to leave. People are asking me to stay while they leave, which is funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's understandable. And I'm not saying that I'm leaving, but I am joining you in feeling that I want to leave.
Mhm,
I'm also joining you in feeling bored
mhm.
with the same problem. But
Oh, okay.
like Elvira said, I am putting that responsibility. I want to give that responsibility to you, right? I want to delegate my leaving. I want to give that to you. You're a student. I want you to own my leaving. I want the teachers to own my leaving. And I want the board of directors to own my leaving and run the group. Make whatever group you want and find a head teacher who you like. Find a head teacher who will do the things you like and own it. Do it. I would love to see that.
Okay, James, but where is your board of directors? I can see except for Nelly and Claudette and you. Where is the
Well,
others?
they're here occasionally. They're not here right now, but they're here occasionally. George says, "Are you drunk?"
Drunk.
Oh, drunk.
Are you
Drunk? I don't know.
drunk?
Maybe he says, "Are you drunk?" No, I'm dead serious. Last surprises, learnings. Last minute for surprises and learnings.
Well, I discovered something today that in this place, it's not only about learning English. It's also about emotions, about love, about feeling each other. So this is what I'm feeling. And this is what I discovered, that we all love each other and we need to work together. Even though if we will say, no, we don't need that, we don't need to hear from you, we still have to work together. Thank you so much.
And then on that note, we'll end. Thanks, everybody. Difficult work, good work, hard work. Thank you for doing it for yourselves and for the group. And we can continue tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye, James.
Bye-bye.